YouTube? So this is going to be part 3 of the Honda Civic K24 TSX swap, and today we got the hatchback in. Came in last night, dropped off from the tow truck, and right now just wanted to show you guys what we got so far. So the subframe is from a DC 94 to 01, all work. The hashboard mounts are already in as well, so really we're just going to be cleaning up and getting rid of the stuff we're not going to use. So right now it's going to be this AC line, this little bracket right here. We're going to take off the heater hoses, this clutch line, the AC lines over here, just clean everything up a little bit, and then we can go ahead and start prepping the engine. So let me go ahead and show you what we got to do to that as well. So this is the k24a2 motor with 6-speed Type S transmission, and one thing I wanted to show you guys is the transmission, so we can start off with. So you cannot use the regular RSX or Civic SI mount kit because these mount up a little bit differently. So Hasport, the mounts he actually have are like the EKK3s, which use the TSX transmission because the bracket is different as far as mounting it in the front and in the rear. So if you are using this transmission, make sure you get the right bracketry mounts for your car, or you will have to get a different bracket. But other than that, we're going to be taking off this exhaust manifold since we got some headers. We're going to be taking off this bracket in the back. We're going to keep our heater hoses because we're going to just toss those back on. Then we got the front bracket right here. We're just going to take those off. Those look like some 17s. We'll take off the AC pump. Those are some 12s, 4 12mm bolts. Other than that, we would take off the throttle body right now, but we just ordered the adapter, so we gotta wait until we get that in so we can throw the RSX throttle body on here. I'll probably be deleting this right here, and this mount right here, we're gonna be using the CRV post mount, so we'll be changing this out as well. And that's basically everything for as far as prepping the engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this engine apart right now, and then I'll come over here and finish prepping the engine bay so we can start getting the motor dropped in here so you can see how it looks. We're also gonna be deleting these power steering lines as well, and we're gonna be doing N-line fuel filter, so we'll be deleting that fuel filter as well, and just getting rid of everything else that we don't really need. It's not much. Maybe tuck this wiring in later after we get the motor in, but we'll go ahead and start prepping, and then we'll come back and see the progress we did so far. Alright, so now that we're back, we can go over everything. So we got our heater hoses out the way, our fuel line with fuel filter, a clutch line from stock factory is all deleted right now. I cleaned it up a little bit as well. So now it's almost ready for the K24 to drop in. Now I can show you what we did on the K24 and kind of what you need to do to prep. So this is the mount from the CRV of 2004 that you will need to drop the K24 in. That's for any Honda, as like the FG2 for RSX. Y'all gonna need the CRV mount, and the reason why is because you can see it's flush, and if you look at the stock one, which is right here, as you can see, it doesn't fit and won't work with the aftermarket mount. So that's the reason why you have to use this mount instead. So also you're gonna have to use a K20 crank sensor unless you actually cut your wiring harness and run the K24, but it's not really worth it. Just get the crank sensor and you'll be done. We also got all the brackets from the front off, the AC pump, and then the rear bracket, and our exhaust manifold. So I was gonna clean it all right here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and drop it in the car for now because it's getting kind of late, and I want to show this motor at least inside of the car. So right now we're gonna go ahead and put the rear mount in on the actual transmission, and then we'll get this motor up over here so we can drop it in real quick and see if we can get a couple things going on it. But let me also show you guys the part number, just in case some people don't know at the dealer what you're talking about, because sometimes they think that the parts we're talking about is aftermarket, and it's all stock. So this is the number for the 04 CRV passenger mount. So other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to start dropping the motor in next, and hopefully when we come back you can see how it looks. All right, so we are back now, and the k24a2 is finally installed. So just to go over, when you are installing a K-Series, you want to start with your rear mount first. That's the most important one. And then I like to go with driver side to passenger. It's just the easier way of installing it for all the installs I've been doing for the last couple of years. So another thing I wanted to go over on is the American TSX water pump housing. So as you can see, it's a lot different from the JDM one. It looks basically like the EP3 one. It doesn't have a coolant port for the oil cooler, so it that's basically blocked off, just like the regular Accords or whatever. So the alternator works just fine. Everything on the US model does work. So all we're gonna do on the next video is we're gonna be putting on the stock 02 to 11 Civic SI idler pulley, and then we're going to do that to a 52-inch belt. Next video also, we're going to be installing the shift linkage and axles. We got some K-tune headers. Let me show you those real quick. So we got the 4-to-1s K-tune headers, and then we got some Yonaka axles, which always work. Stage 2 are really good. They actually got a sale right now, I believe for like $140 or $130, but it's a really good deal. So we're going to be installing those as well. And then we're going to go ahead and go with the engine harness and start messing with the grounds and everything, as far as trying to get it started as well. So maybe next video we'll get it started, or might just kind of go over everything we need to get it almost running, and then the next video after that we'll get it started. But other than that, we'll also be taking off the throttle body as well, putting on the RSX one, and all like I said, just getting everything ready to start up basically. So this is how the A2 looks like in an EK hatch. Hopefully it should be a little bit faster than my car, since mine was a 2.0. So we'll see. Maybe we can run them after they're done and everything. So if you haven't, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think. Next video is coming up soon. And if you want to hit me up, you can hit me up on Instagram at KSeriousWorks. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.